Welcome to Casually Random, where I will explain topics and theories. Today I will answer, who does horror better, Alien franchise or The Quiet Place? Let's begin with Quiet Place. The Quiet Place's story is about these aliens that fall from Earth. They are extremely death, but are able to resist certain attacks unless revealed underneath their bare skin, which can easily be penetrated. The story frames The Quiet Place as these as this don't don't move or you'll die type stories, which always put somebody on edge. With that being said, the idea of the Quiet Place monsters are a bit inconsistent, such as the scene when a raccoon is jumping off a roof, it makes a loud noise, but but it wasn't attacked or anything. So this led to it being squashed at random on a dirt path. Her sound it made earlier and not what it did now, even though that's not really what happens in the later movies. This this is more of a writing flaw and a personal thing just to add to the scare factor, but it should not go unnoticed. The Alien franchise sports animatronic type things to really give the whole body horror aesthetic much needed variety in this. After all, it was the first one in the 70s to actually do this. What we do know is that the Alien franchise has gone on for many decades, with its most recent movie gaining popularity. And and both these franchises fall differently. The Quiet Place focuses on more realistic tones, while the Alien is more set in a futuristic setting. So the different amounts of horrors is basically what you're going to be getting from this whole dilemma of a horror tangent. And to break it down further, we have we have to discuss who we follow in these stories as well. We follow a family in Quiet Place led by John Krasinski's character. And while it doesn't lead to a more personal thing, it adds to unrealistic things like, why do they have a baby in that movie when they know that sounds will do it? It's quite risky, and it's only used to add suspenseful takes in some shots. While while there is a main character called Ripley who begins as a regular scientist who has to grow through the struggles in becoming her own badass warrior. And another another thing is how the narratives handle them and how much plot armor they're given. But to say but to say who is more unrealistic in this is the fact we will have to go with The Quiet Place, as there's a lot of kids who will mess up in everything. The the Alien franchise does master darkness be- better in that regard, but the Quiet Place franchise uses the eeriness of the empty sounds just to make you feel immersed in it, as if you were actually there. There's no draw, there's no drawbacks to this, as as well of although the Death Angels, as they're called do have a much more needed grounding setting. They kind of are just one trick ponies. As once you understand their weaknesses and how they function, you can kind of work your way around that. While the xenomorphs, oh, those guys don't mess around. They are super intelligent. They have eyes all over their body, as supported by their big head. They work in unison and have a queen that helps them handle things. The the Queen Death Angel does have this too, but she's only sported in the last movie, so she doesn't really add much influence to the overall narrative. And we don't even and it's also a prequel, so it doesn't really explain much. This this was definitely a casually random topic. If you would like to hear more on these discussions and philosophies I might have I might have, feel free to let me know. And when it comes down to it, the Alien franchise is much more creepier, more darker, and keeps you on your toes at night. Good good day, and I'll see you next time.